Minneapolis is a place that, I care about really deeply. It breaks my heart to see the people of Minneapolis, not only treated like this, but, how hurt they are by this, you know what I mean? I know there's a lot of you guys that feel probably similar to me, This isn't a problem that's gonna be fixed overnight. It's gonna take accountability from each of us, I say that because I'm applying the pressure to myself as well. I'm applying the pressure to myself to do more.
2020 has really hit me hard personally. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, so to experience Ahmaud Arbery in February, and then in the very city that I live in during the season, have George Floyd, it was two gut punches to me. And but it was also a wake-up call that this has been a persisting and prominent issue in America for centuries. And I think we all know that change doesn't happen overnight. But just like Eric says, we have to learn from our history to begin to fix a lot of these things that are going on.
When this issue translates from people being sympathetic to people being empathetic, that's where we're going to see change. And, I've mentioned our Players Coalition a couple times, and I can't tell you what that's done for me and my perspective. Had I not been in sports and had I not been around other athletes of color and listen to them and hear their stories, I wouldn't be able to have empathy for them because I don't know what it's like. Through sitting in these meetings and listening to their stories and listening to the instances that they've been put in, it's allowed me to be empathetic. And I think that kind of goes across our league. Our owners, as Amir said, are sitting in these meetings. They're listening to the stories that our guys are telling, and they're becoming empathetic. Through dialogue, our entire league can become empathetic for the people that are going through these tough times.
It's been very helpful with the team and just being part of a locker room where the organization has, given us a little platform with taking us on a trip, with a group of kids from Minneapolis to DC to visit the African American Museum and also to visit the Holocaust Museum. So I think that was a big step, I know, for me personally, kind of getting the insight and learning more about our owners and building that connection and learning a little bit about, what each of our own individual families have, went through.
I called a meeting together with our entire personnel department, and that meeting and all the meetings we're doing was so emotional, and tears flowed from that meeting. But to sit there and listen to one of our minority scouts tell them when they travel around this country, and if they get pulled over, they don't know if they're going to go home and see their families. Is this the last time I got a chance or opportunity to talk to my family? And our white scouts and our white personnel people that were on there can't understand that because they never been in that situation. It's really brought to light that we really have to listen to each other. We really have to educate ourselves. We truly have to have these uncomfortable conversations and not be afraid.
A lot of people watch us, a lot of people, they're influenced by what we do. So, just coming out and just making a difference, being a difference, and restarting the community. That'll influence the younger ones for when they grow up, they'll have the same change of heart. They're like, okay, if something happens, then, I could be the one to change it. It'll start with me.
When the tragedy happened a couple weeks ago, it was real easy for Rick and I to get the committee together, and we did. And so one of the things they brought up was trying to put a scholarship together in George Floyd's name. And it only took 1 week, and the Vikings came together and got that done. So we're going to be able to put a scholarship in George Floyd's name that we're going to be able to give to an African American student to be able to continue their education in college.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the that me and my teammates in the Vikings have been making major steps. We're doing things to try to help this. We're trying to get in the community. We're trying to reach people as best we can. Obviously we need to improve clearly, but we're doing so, and we will continue to do so. But I just want to hold you guys to that same standard because it's going to take all of us. You know what I mean? For real. You know, it's not. It's like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. But we got to do something. And if you're doing nothing, it's not good enough.